Hello everyone, myself Twinkle from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. This video lecture is about remote user authentication. In this video lecture, we will cover remote user authentication with symmetric encryption. After that, we will see Kerberos, and then we will see Kerberos real life. So first of all, we will see what is remote user authentication. Remote user authentication is a mechanism in which the remote server verifies the legitimacy of a user over an insecure communication channel. So first of all, we will see remote user authentication with the symmetric encryption, which, which is using the mutual authentication in which first of all user A will send a request to the key distribution center with the ID of A, ID of B and the nonce N1. Here, user is requesting the session key which has to be shared between the A and B during the communication. For that, user will asking the session key to the key distribution center. After that, key distribution center will reply to the A with the session key KS, which has to be shared between the user A and user B with the ID of B, nonce N1, and some information for the B, which is not decrypted by the A because this information is encrypted using the B secret key. So now this message is decrypted by the user A. So now user A has a secret key KS, and the information which is given by the KDC for the B is sent to the B by the A. Now this whole message is sent to the B by the A. In the next step, B will send a message encrypted with the session key to the A, and now A is authenticated itself by sending the F of N2, which is earlier sent by the B with the encrypt using the session key which is shared between the A and B. In this way, mutual authentication in the remote user authentication is performed. Next is one-way authentication. In one-way authentication, also user A requesting the KDC for the session key using the ID of A, ID of B and the nonce N1. After that, KDC will reply with the session key KS, ID of B and N1, which is encrypted using the KA with some information which is not decrypted by the A, only decrypted by the B to the A. Now, here A will directly send this information that is the encrypted message to the B with the message which is encrypted between the shared secret key. This is known as the one-way authentication. Now we will see Kerberos. Kerberos provides a trusted third-party authentication service that enables client and server to establish authenticated communication. Kerberos is an authentication service designed for use in distributed environment. Version 4 of Kerberos makes use of the DES to provide the authentication service. So, first of all, we will see the simple Kerberos technique in which we will see some of the notation here. C is the client, AS is the authentication server, V is the server, ID of C is the identification of user C, ID of V is the identification of V, PC is the password of the user C, ADC is the network address of the client C, and the KV is the secret key which is shared by between the authentication server and the application server. So this is the simple Kerberos application in which first of all client or user will send a request to the authentication server with the ID of itself and the ID of server. Next, authentication server will find the password of the client and verify the client, and after that send the ticket to the client. So authentication server will reply with the ticket of the service to the client. Now client will send this ticket directly to the authentication server. So here in the third step, first step is client is requesting the requesting the application server using the application server ID to the authentication server. Now authentication server will authenticate the user using the finding the password of the client in the database, then replying with the ticket of the application server, ticket of the service. Now this ticket is directly sent with the ID of client, is sent by the client to the application server, and then if server verify that ticket and if the authenticator match, then grant the access to the service. If mutual authentication is required, server returns an authentication. So this is a simple Kerberos. Now we will see the version 4 of the Kerberos, which is widely used. In the first step, here user log on to the workstation and request the service on the host. So it is requesting or granting the service to the authentication server, that is AS. After that, in the next step, authentication server verify the user by finding the password in the database of that user and create a ticket granting ticket, that is TGS, and the session key which has to be used between the server and the TGS. So first of all, user will request for the ticket granting ticket, that is TGS, and Kerberos will verify the user in the database, and after that authentication server will verify the user in the database and reply with the ticket and the session key. This is the ticket granting ticket and the session key, which has to be used between the user and the TGS. Now this ticket is sent to the, in the third step, this ticket is sent to the TGS. Now this TGS will return reply with the ticket for the application service and the session key to the server. Now server will request this service using the ticket which is received from the TGS to the application server, and application server once authenticate the client and after that provide the service to the user. So here this is the Kerberos version 4. So here the first step is client is requesting the ticket granting ticket, that is the ticket which has to be sent to the TGS. So first step is the client send a plain text request to the authentication server asking for a ticket it can use to talk to the TGS. So the request consists of login name and the TGS name. Since the request contains only the well-known names, it does not need to be encrypted or shared. So first step is client is requesting the authentication server for the ticket of the TGS, which consists, this request consists of the ID of client itself, ID of the TGS of which the client required the ticket, and the timestamp 1. Next step is the TGS will authenticate the user with the finding the password in the database and reply with the ticket of the TGS and the session key which has to be used between the user and the TGS. So the next authentication server find the keys corresponding to the login name. Okay, so using the client ID, authentication server find the log keys, or the, we can say, the password from the database and the TGS name. The AS create a, and after that authentication server creates a ticket which consists of the login name, TGS name, client network address and TGS session key. The authentication server seals the ticket with the TGS secret key. Now the authentication server reply with the ticket of TGS. So this ticket of TGS is sealed with the TGS secret key, which has to be shared between the only the authentication server and the TGS. So this ticket is not decrypted by the client. So here client have the, now this client will decrypt the message using its secret key, and it has a ticket of TGS and the session key which has to be shared between the client and the TGS, ID of TGS and timestamp 2 and the lifetime of that message. So here ticket of TGS consists of the session key shared between the client and the TGS, LD of the client, address of the client, ID of the TGS, timestamp 2 and lifetime 2, and this whole data is encrypted using the secret key of the TGS. So Here client cannot decrypt or read the ticket. Now here the client only has the ticket of TGS, the information of the ticket of TGS and the secret key which has to be shared between the C and the TGS. Now the next step is user now has a ticket of the TGS, so user will request the service granting ticket to the TGS. So the client decrypts the message using its password or the secret key. Now the client has a session key which has to be shared between the client and the TGS and the ticket that can be used to contact the TGS. So the client cannot see the inside the ticket because the client does not know the TGS secret key. When the client wants to start using a server, the client must first obtain a ticket. So the client compose a request to send the TGS. So now client will send the ticket and the service which he or she want to use the ID of that server. So ID of V and the ticket of the ticket granting server and the authenticator C. Here authenticator is to authenticate the client which contains the ID of C, address of C and the timestamp 3 and which is encrypted using the session key shared between the client and the TGS. So now client has sent the ticket to the TGS. The fourth step is TGS will send the ticket of the service and the session key which has to be used between the user and the application server to the user. So now the TGS decrypt the ticket using its secret key inside the TGS session key. The TGS decrypt the authenticator using the session key. And the TGS check to make sure the login name, client address and the TGS server name all are okay. TGS also make sure that the authenticator is resent by the timestamp of the authenticator and builds a ticket for the requested builds the ticket for the client and the requested server. The ticket is sealed with the server key and create a session key which has to be shared between the user and the application server. It sells the entire message with the text TGS session key and sends it to the client. So now TGS will send the ticket of application server to the client and with and encrypt the whole message with the secret key shared between the client and the TGS, in which it also give the secret key shared between the client and the server, application server, ID of application server and timestamp. Here ticket also encrypted with the secret key of the application server so that this ticket is not decrypted or visible to the client. So and this ticket consists of the secret key shared between the client and the application server, ID of client, address of client, ID of key and timestamp and also the lifetime, and this whole data is sealed with the secret key of the server. So this ticket is not decrypted by the client. So now our fifth step is client will using the ticket given by the TGS and the session key, client will request a service to the application server. So the client now decrypt the TGS response using the TGS session key. The client now has a session key for use with the new server and a ticket to use with that server. The client can contact the new server using the same format used to access the TGS. So now client will send the ticket of application server with the authenticator to the application server. Here authenticator consists of the ID of client, address of client and the timestamp which is encrypted using the secret key used between the client and the server. Now next step is application server will mutually authenticate the client using the timestamp 5. It will increment the timestamp 5 which is encrypted using the secret key shared between the client and the application server. So in this way application server and the client will authenticate each other. So this is the Kerberos version of authentication, version 4 of authentication. Here ticket key consists of the which we have seen earlier, which is encrypted using the secret key of the application server, which consists of the ID of client, address of client, ID of server, timestamp, and the lifetime of the ticket, and also the secret key shared between the client and the application server. So this step is for the mutual authentication between the client and the application server. So now we will see the summary of Kerberos version 4 message exchange. First of all, client will send a request to the authentication server using the ID of the TGS, that is ticket granting server. Now authentication server will provide the ticket of TGS to the client. Now client will send the ticket of TGS to the TGS with the service with the requesting server, that is the ID of requesting server, and then TGS will send the ticket of requesting server to the client. Now client will send this requesting service to the using this ticket to the application server. Now application server will authenticate or mutually authenticate each other using this step. So in this way, client server authenticate each other and obtain the service. So this is another representation of Kerberos version 4. First of all, client authentication done is using the client and authentication server. After that, authentication server will provide the ticket of TGS to the with the shared key between the client and the TGS to the client, and after that, client will send the ticket of TGS and the requesting server ID to the TGS, and then TGS will provide the application service provider ticket and the shared secret key between the client and server to the client, and then client will give the ticket service provider ticket and the authenticator to the service provider, and then if the authentication is successfully done, then service provider will grant the service to the client. Now we will see Kerberos Real M. In Kerberos Real M, first of all, as seen in the Kerberos version 4, first of all, client will, here two networks are there, client and this is a Real M A and this is a Real M B. Here this client wants to be used to the server of this network. So first of all, this client will request the ticket for the local TGS to the authentication server. Now authentication server will provide the local TGS to the client. After that, client will request, using this ticket, client will request the service ticket for the remote TGS because it wants to use the another network or the remote TGS service. So remote TGS will provide the ticket of the service. Local TGS will provide the ticket for the remote TGS. Now this client will request the ticket for the remote server, and then send this remote TGS will send a ticket for the remote server, and then this client will request the remote service to the remote server. So in this way, multiple networks will communicate with each other. So here, first of all, client has to communicate with the local TGS, and after that, obtaining the local TGS ticket, he has to be request for the remote TGS ticket. Using the remote TGS ticket, it will ask for the using the remote TGS, the client will ask the remote server ticket, and using the remote server ticket, it will ask for the remote service ticket. So this is the mathematical representation or the formulas for the Kerberos Real M, in which first of all, client is asking for the authentication server of the local TGS. Now authentication server will provide the ticket of the TGS to the client. Now client will ask the remote TGS ticket to the local TGS, and then local TGS will provide the address of the ticket of the remote TGS to the client. Now client will ask the remote TGS for the remote service or the remote server, and then this this remote TGS will reply with the remote server, and then client will ask the remote server for the remote service. So in this way, Kerberos realm will work. Thank you.